first night where we've been training late and it's actually freezing cold.
Yes.
So I'm starting to think that this is the time where we can start getting some really cool outside shots.
Mm-hmm.
When it starts getting freezing. Imagine when frost is all on the ground.
That'd be nice. That'd be proper winter.
Yeah, we'll get some good shots because footage there. Honestly, ever since we started filming YouTube regularly now, every time I look at the weather, I'm like, that would be a great shot. That would be a great shot. That would be a great shot. You know? Yeah, it's mad. But I suppose this is what winter arc's all about. It might be cold, it might be dark, it might be freezing. No one else might be in the gym, but that's your time to get in there.
Exactly.
So yeah, today we've got a bit of a strength session for you. And also, as I promised in the video, I'm just going to talk a little bit about weight cutting and how you, while you're cutting, you can also still train strength and how to prioritize your cut over your strength training. Because obviously, gaining muscle is going to be quite hard when you're still trying to cut, or if you're cutting for a fight, or if you want to cut in general. But there are ways around still improving your strength and also being able to cut and lose weight at the same time. It depends on what stage of a cut you're in. Obviously, if you're in the early stages, obviously it's easier, but in the later stages, it will be a bit more stricter and you start doing water cuts or you start going in the sauna and doing prolonged sauna sessions. Maybe strength training isn't exactly the best thing to be doing. And anyway, on the run up to a fight, you shouldn't really be doing too much strength training anyway. But yeah, we're going to show you how to do that. So let's get in there and get it started.
Welcome to Train and Gain.
So we've got the weights vest in today, so we're going to do a bit of maybe some weighted pull-ups. It's been a while actually since I've done any of that. Since I stopped 75 hard, I've really just been focusing on boxing. So at the moment, I'm taking reps on the bar slower, but I feel like 75 hard really did improve my athleticism. So I've been doing a lot more like lots of push-ups, lots of pull-ups, lightweight sort of training. Obviously, run-ups to fights, you don't want to be doing mental stuff with the weights anyway, as I said before. But I'm still doing my deadlifts. I do deadlifts weekly, so there might be some deadlifts in here today. This is just a generic Joe Brady session on a winter's Sunday afternoon. So evening now, because it's dark outside. But fuck me, Jamie, when we started this, it was fucking light outside, bro.
Exactly, I know.
But yeah, let's go. Every good winter arc needs a good pre-workout, and for some reason this one really surprised me. Body Fuel, it's Applied Nutrition. It's sold at Home Bargains or any sort of cheap retail store. So if you're looking for a decent pre-workout on a budget, this one was only £9.99 and it works wonders. I mean, the caffeine on it is not exactly out of the water, 250 milligrams of caffeine. Which is every standard pre-workout really. It's just a really good all-round pre-workout and the flavour is amazing. So yeah.
You want a budget as well?
If you want a budget and you're not looking to spend loads on supplements, I will do a video dedicated to supplements only, just to help you guys out, because a lot of people are very misconstrued when it comes to supplements. What supplements shall I buy? What shall I not? But yeah, when it comes to supplements, really, two essentials for me is creatine and pre. I don't use anything else other than greens every now and again. But that's because I work away. And when I work away, I'm not in control of my food. So I usually just have a shoot of greens and I'm good to go. But let's get some down the hatch. Took my hoodie off and I'm boiling already. So there's me saying it's cold outside and I come in here and start doing 2 sets of pull-ups. I'm absolutely boiling.
day to sipping lemonade. Renegade is sweat. Ain't gonna drain my space just to get lit. Ain't no charade. Tipping post down.
Guys, in a weight cut when you're doing strength training. So how would I go about it? Well, usually for me, really what I do is I focus on not necessarily the weight that I'm lifting, but doing the reps. Because people say that reps is what builds the exercise. Well, it's actually really time under tension. And if you're somebody that's looking to build the endurance of the muscle, if you're somebody that's looking to keep his weight but you still want to be strong, instead of trying to load up loads of weight, doing reps allows you to build that foundation, still feel like you're doing strength training, but doesn't really jeopardize your performance. Because obviously, as a boxer in a boxing club, you'll find that when you warm up, you're doing your push-ups and you're doing your burpees. Bodyweight exercises and training with bodyweight is the best way to build your strength as a boxer or a fighter, or in general. You see people in prison, the military, they don't really have much weights to hand, so they just do push-ups, burpees, things they improvise. And sometimes improvising is better than just trying to do the standard bench press, bicep curls, blah, 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 blah. Yes, I'll do those exercises and I'm going to have those exercises in today, but let's say you've gone to a busy gym and you've got all this stuff in your plan. Really, you don't need any of that. What you do need is yourself and the floor. So you can do a couple of push-ups, you can probably do some burpees, as I said, or just any sort of bodyweight exercise, especially in a busy gym if you've got limited time. So today, this session, I'm just going to show you what I would do if you're someone who's struggling to get on equipment as well.
Faded in the Escalade. Ain't afraid of escapades. I got the blade to serenade the flame. Pocket full of breadcrumbs. Bitch, I'm looking for.
Because I'm a short guy, I like to improvise, so I've got to use the bench as a step. Because for some reason, these bars are absolutely very tall. I lost what I was going to say there. Absolutely very tall. Is that a sentence?
Strong, I stay alone, ain't got time for a bitch today. Money ain't long, but I play along, just how I play. Until I decay, so feet in my grave, I'm not gonna wreck that grave. Bet a bitch gon' pay when the AK spray, leave a dead body on display. Like the signal, I like the death. Fuck the bitch and I like the meth. Pool, I'm swimming in full of cess. Been depressed since I can't possess. Threat to set, we gon' cut your neck. Swear to bed, just
So that's one of my favourite exercises of all time. It's the one arm pull up or chin up. If you're someone that struggles with doing any sort of strength exercise anyway, a band is a really good way on how to improve that. You can just put the band through your feet and go up. Let me just demonstrate that for you quickly. So, as you can see, you've got your band just through your feet, like so. Simple. Obviously, the band can snap back, so watch yourself. That's why I say always use a bench. And say you want to do something like chin-ups, just grab on and use it to hang your weight down. And then most of your weight is supported due to the band, and then you just lift. And obviously getting off, that's the hardest bit. So best thing to do is always take one foot out, put it onto the bench, and then just bring your foot round and off like so. A lot of people think that this is a beginner exercise. It's actually not, because if you've done a few reps without this and then put this on to finish off to go to failure, it's an insane pump. So good idea really, let's do that next. guys, I hope you enjoyed this video so far. As promised, I just want to do a little rundown of how I've been cutting and how I cut and how cutting's gone for me. Firstly, I'd say cutting's been quite difficult. I've enjoyed it because I feel strong, I feel lighter, but the restriction on food has been a major problem for me. I'll be honest. I mean, I'm quite strict with my diet anyway, but it's more like, for example, say if I'm eating a steak, instead of having like a certain number of eggs, I'm having to limit the amount of eggs I have, or I'm having to limit, and sometimes I struggle limiting what I have. So that's been quite a difficulty for me. But what I enjoy is the training. I've been training twice a day, regardless. Since 75 hard, I've been training twice a day, every day. And I find that's really good. And I've been doing a lot of cardio and sort of like power lift sessions. I haven't necessarily been focused on building muscle, but I have definitely been focused on maintaining the muscle I have, which is something that you guys can do. A lot of people think, oh, I'm going on the cut, I'm going to lose muscle. That is not the case. As long as you stick to maintenance calories or just below maintenance calories and up your protein. So say if you're supposed to have 200 grams of protein a day, I would say up to 250. That could be an extra protein shake or a few more eggs or whatever. It doesn't have to be crazy. And that's something that I did. And I definitely maintained my strength. In fact, there was some days where I felt stronger on a cut than I did on a bulk because you feel less sluggish. But the 3 ways in how I helped myself cut, and this is something I'm definitely going to go into over the next course of videos, is I fasted. I stuck to the same meals a day. So I learned to enjoy certain meals and look forward to certain meals. And I stuck to the times that I ate. So, for example, I would fast from, say, 5 a.m. till 12 in the afternoon. Or if I got up later, I'd fast until, say, 4 or 5. And then I have one nice big meal. So maybe some sort of potatoes, a lot of protein, so a lot of eggs, bacon, steak. I rave on about steak. Steak is really good for you to eat. And then what I would do is I would have like a sort of like a sweet treat at night time. So it'd be like dark chocolate or some oats with some honey, a bit more protein. But most of your bulk meal is going to go in that one meal. And I had that after my second training session. Now the routine is having a meal in between 2 training sessions. And people might think, fucking hell, how the fuck did you do 2 training sessions without eating? Well, I had like a nice snack and a smoothie. So I got all my greens in with a lot of carbohydrates in. But it's still kept me to my calories. So that's something you can do. Obviously, you need to measure your weight. You need to measure your height. You need to measure how many calories you should be having at maintenance, how many calories you should be having at deficit, and then obviously add a number or less a number depending on how you feel. I do believe in refeed days. I used to do one refeed day where I kind of just like not that I didn't give a fuck about what calories I'm eating, but I would eat more just to give me that energy. So the next training session I'll go in and I'll be able to, train hard. Especially on days I was doing like some sort of strength training. So if I was doing like deadlifts or squats, obviously that's quite important. But yeah, these are sort of things that definitely you should do, and you should be running this down as you're going and listening to me right now. What I did find is that my sleep is better because obviously I was tired from training and eating less, so you do sleep better. However, obviously if you're somebody who's cutting for a bodybuilding show, I'm talking about cutting for fighting. It's a gradual, slow process, especially if you're going from one weight class to another. I won't go into the details of sauna and the last 3 days of a cut because I haven't really experienced much of that and I'm not really qualified to talk about that. But there is somebody who is, and that's Tommy, so we can get Tommy to talk about that. But yeah, hopefully, guys, this is something that's going to be quite helpful for you. Just remember, take your time. It's your cut. You can change it however you want it to be. If you decide you don't want to cut anymore, obviously increase your calories and then go back to it at a later time. It does require dedication and focus, but you can do things to make it easier. First things first, I would say, is stop thinking about food. And how you stop thinking about food is sticking to the same food consistently. And that's even if you have a pizza, a Domino's pizza on a Friday, you make sure you have a Domino's pizza on a Friday every Friday. Because it's the psychological effect of, right, Friday I'm going to get that treat. Obviously, you might have to eat less during the day to fulfill those calorie numbers so you don't go over. But if you are having those meals, which I don't recommend, but if you are having those meals, make sure you are disciplined enough to wait until that meal is time to eat and you have it on the same day. Random eating, random times of eating, random eating food is not the best way to go. Have it structured, have it consistent, and ask people to help you. And that, guys, is the cut rundown. If you have any more questions, leave them down in the comments. And yeah, enjoy the rest of the video.
Back on the Forbes, shit crazy. Yeah. I make more than Dwayne Wade, baby. I'm a street nigga and I stay faded. Never worked in the gym, but I waited. First off, you get the ammo, then you cock it. First off, we had this blast up like a rocket. I put a paddock water on, but I got options. PJ taking off and I ain't stopping, nah. Louis V belts, Louis V on my walls. Fish scale nigga, I can't forward no law. Never Ferris on my lane, I see fugazi. I should pimp this bitch and make her pay me. Started off surfing on a codeine wave. On exchange info with these niggas. They some ops, you can kill them, they ain't with us. Ordered a pound of gas to smoke, I need a filler. Got a line on good gelato and gorilla. Got a little freaky with me, know you gon' get hit up. Stepping over dead bodies, am I jealous? I touched 100 M's and I've been getting better. In a red Bugatti, gave it right to valet. Shoot his head alright to get your new shit, nay. Shoot on dice all night, yeah, me and Day. We had to work the one on him, it was a good payday. He was a teenager, they put him on the news where I'm from. He let off for the shots, he can't get no bun. Clothes on, he shot when he killed him, he young. They ever get caught snitching, they gon' cut off your tongue. I can't wait till they set the rat up, yeah. I was catching drugs, now a nigga millionaire. I get the rap check and I avoid the paps. I get NBA money, they ain't been in the drafts. Yeah, I'm back on the Forbes, shit crazy. I make more than Dwayne Wade, baby. I'm a street nigga and I stay faded. Never worked in the gym, but I waited. First off, you get the ammo, then you cock it. First off, we had this blast up like a rocket. I put a paddock water on, but I got options. PJ taking off and I ain't stopping, nah. Louis V belts, Louis V on my walls. Fish scale nigga, I can't forward no law. Never Ferris on my lane, I see fugazi. I should pimp this bitch and make her pay me.
Find the cutoff where it's dim and pour a butter rim. Get the back in at the door and let the dogs kill. Point them out, then turn around, that's how we let them in. Bear no one conversation, then I switch to sim. Mental like NBA business, I ain't talking scrimmage. You know I'm James Bond with it, hardened with the finish. Your whip's got curtain options in it, I don't need a tenant. Just need the option not to see them when I'm riding in it. Used to spend checks on my Nikes, now they pay me. Got some bullshit leaders and they wavy. Number one up in my city like McGrady.
Yeah, I'm back on the Forbes, shit crazy.
Blow so much gas, I can't let them breathe. Bobby 10 to 3, I can't let them sleep. Flying through the clouds with something heavenly.
Yeah, I'm back on the Forbes, shit crazy. I make more than Dwayne Wade, baby. I'm a street nigga.
The gym should definitely be a place where you feel comfortable and confident to train. And if you're that guy that's struggling to find that confidence to go into the gym and actually put himself out there, just remember this: everyone started where you are now, and that person 5 years later knows exactly what you're going through. So just remember this: you have to go through that to get to that point. We all have, especially me. I had a terrible accident a few years ago. I lost all my gains, all my hard work progress, and I had to start again. And it's very, very normal in life that life will throw you a curveball and you have to start again. And there's nothing wrong with accepting defeat sometimes, but then accepting I will come back. Sometimes every time you do something like this, it's a lesson. And failure is only failure if you quit.